Hello everyone, and welcome back to our Pokemon Firered Nuzlocke. This episode, the goal is to traverse through Rock Tunnel, and then hopefully get to Celadon if we can at the end of this episode. If we can't, that's okay. Right? I'm trying to think if I... Oh, I did not want you out. I'm trying to think if I even, Did we get Flash? I feel like we got Flash. We've been doing so much. You can see, I got us a Firo. That's fine. It makes it easier to hit you, I guess. Why is it just using follow me? I hate that move. Oh, don't sing. Hit the Clefairy. Please hit the Clefairy. I think I got Flash. So we ran through the Diglett tunnel. Yeah. I was worried for nothing. Okay. I'll teach that. I got that Abra. So you could have got a Sandshrew if we were playing Leaf Green, but I can't get a Sandshrew in this one. So I was really stoked, and I got us the Abra, and now we have a Kadabra. So we have something to challenge Surge with. Before all that, oh no. Why'd you do that? Game controller. Down. What are we gonna run into? Geodude! Don't kill us, please. Oh my, Dicot just landed. Thank you! Jesus, Dicot. Yes. I already know what I'm gonna name Geodude. Just because he's got the name, I'm gonna name him the... If you've seen The Big Lebowski, you know what I'm about to name him. The Dude. That's such a good movie. And if you have not seen it, I would recommend it. It's such a great movie. It's fun. It's got everything. So I'm gonna lose my ability to cut while we go through the cave. but I will take that because I can level up the ones I'm mainly going to use. Because Kadabra will come in handy with Erica and Koga for the fact that both use poison types. Whereas Sabrina, I can use Gyarados, I think. You go down there. Alright guys, let's go through Rock Tunnel. And I'm gonna teach. Yeah, we're gonna have to lose Teleport. I can. Dig does that too, right? Yeah. So if we get in a pickle, I'll just use Dig. Because if I remember correctly, oh, you can't use that here? Okay. Oh no, you dig down to the bottom floor, I think. Oh well. Before we continue, we're going to use a repel. Put out there for a second, sorry. Oh, wow. That hurt. I think I got repel active, so we still have to do this. Okay, now another bag. How much damage we do? Not bad. That's a special attack, so that's not going to do anything to us. So I'll take that growl. Oh, right, it's not going to hurt. Oh, 10 damage, so even if it's crit, we'll survive. Boom, got it. Yay! Thank you, Liston, for the moolah. So I'm gonna go here, battle her in a sec. I think there's a Pokeball down here yet. More things to sell, because we can't use that. Don't often come here, but I will battle you. Awesome! Okay, so Psybeam should work. So I wanted to ask, and if you would please comment down below. Is everyone excited for the new Legends game? Pokemon Legends X AZ or something? I think it's AZ. Yeah. I myself am kind of excited, but very disappointed that we didn't get a Black and White Legends or remake yet. And my worry is that they're not gonna remake Black and White, because I've seen people say, well, they added a lot of Black and White Pokemon in the DLC for Violet and Scarlet, which I still have to get, and you know, that could mean this, and I was just like, please don't. So, what is your guys' opinion of the new one? Are you excited to get back to X and Y? You know, explore Kalos again, do some more Mega Evolution? I myself am excited they're bringing back Mega Evolution, because it's one of the things they took out that I think was not a good idea to take out. I mean, yes, X moves, Dynamax, and Terrestrializing are all interesting concepts, but I feel like they don't get the same, they don't hit you as hard as Mega Evolution. Because when Mega Evolution was introduced, right, I'm sure everyone was just like, oh my god, that's so cool. Is that, okay, so friendship, you know, which in the past was useful for either evolving a Pokemon who needed a high friendship, or just, you know, that's pretty much what friendship was used for back in the past, right? Gens 1 through 5. In Gen 6, friendship is the friendlier it is, the more they're gonna, you know, take hits and try to stay in for you. And then they're also, and just because you have a high friendship, now you can Mega Evolve because they trust you, which makes perfect sense, and it makes friendship kind of a useful thing again. And other than the leveling, I think if you got high friendship with a Pokemon, you if they were over leveled, you could they're more likely to listen to you. But other than that, it didn't have that many uses, is what I'm saying. So bringing back Mega Evolution makes me happy, because it makes sense that it would be powerful because of the, you know, in anime, the power of friendship. What I didn't like about Z moves is they look cool and they're devastating, but they're to me the equivalent of a crit, you know. And so now you have a free crit because it does a lot of damage, and if you're smart, it's most guaranteed to take your opponent out. But other than that, it was just, you know, hey, here's this cool looking attack that you can use now, you know. I just never really got into it. Do side move? So that was the whole thing for me, is Z moves were cool, but they weren't as cool as the Mega Evolutions, because Mega Evolutions, you gain all these benefits. Then we get to Gen 8, or, you know, and then I like how in the Pokemon Let's Go games they made for Switch, they bring back Mega Evolution. By the way, hot take from me, I think they need to make another Let's Go game. I had a lot of fun with it. I know a lot of people weren't as big as fans, but I think they need a Let's Go. I'm trying to think of a Pokemon they can use. Let's do a Let's Go Heracross and Shuckle or something. You know, just a Johto version, because then we can revisit Johto in a remake and have a bunch of fun with that. But you know, and then we get to Gen 8, and Gen 8 is just, I did not like Dynamaxing all that much. It was interesting for the story, but it's okay, I Dynamax, I take these out, but Dynamaxing is not a good idea, because the energy is slowly going to corrupt the world over time. Okay, so then, yes, no Dynamax? And plus, it was not something special to me unless it was a G-Max. Unless it was that special looking thing that you get, and it's a 1 in a million chance to get. Everything else was just like, okay, Dynamax, cool, it got bigger. It's a kaiju now. Oh, I can see Ralts' eyes. That's not cool. That's interesting. Like, that's not bad. I thought that was cool. But other than that, like, it was just like, okay, they get gigantic. They become kaijus. Awesome. And then, terrestrializing, I'm not gonna lie, is probably my least favorite of the ones. Like, I would make terrestrializing and Z moves is my least favorite. Dynamaxing kind of my second, and then Mega Evolution being my top favorite that was added. And so it kind of shows you, while I complain about Dynamaxing, I'm more of a, like, annoyed with Z moves. And then terrestrializing I hated because it's a cool concept. You become this, you know, you get this type because you terrestrialize into it, which is awesome. But at the same time, it's like, okay, cool. So now we're this other type. Now we're vulnerable if we're like, let's say we're a fire type, right? And grass has no effect on us. But then we terrestrialize into a water type. You don't keep your typing, so now any grass type move used against you is vulnerable, even if you're a fire type. And another thing that irritates me is that, like, the raids, right? So for me, it's like this, right? So I bring in a Pokemon that has super effective moves against a certain Pokemon, right? And then it's really hurting me, so what I do is I terrestrialize into a type that that is not very affected by the thing. Well, I need to use a move of the same type to get the benefits of terrestrializing. That is frustrating. So, I just thought, like, I would even put Z moves on terrestrializing, because at least with Z moves, it's the same type. You know, you're using this, whatever the type is, you click that move and it uses it. And it doesn't matter if the Pokemon's an electric type. You use an electric type move, you get an electric type. You use a ground type move, you get a ground type effect. Terrestrializing, the only benefit is, hey, if I'm the same type, I'll use this move, boom. Sorry, I get very vocal with my hands. I hit that button. But yeah, it's just, it's one thing that I hope they don't try to bring into Gen 6. Be like, hey, here's a hint that after Alolan region got popular, they started using it. I would just look at them and be like, no, I don't care. Cool. Cool Z moves. No more. Keep the Mega Evolution. That's why I think if they do make a remake of 5, they need to add in Mega Evolution like they did with the remake of 4. And then after they make Gen 10, I never thought we'd get to Gen 10, but I'm sure they're going to make another game. For the love of all that is holy, just make Evolution a part of the main game again. Okay? I don't want terrestrializing, I don't want Dynamaxing, I don't want Z moving. If you want to add them, awesome. If they want to be a little Easter egg you get at the end of the game, like good old times, like the legendaries used to be, I won't complain. I will be like, cool, whoever really enjoyed these abilities, get the abilities. Awesome. But do not make another thing just to do raids, okay? Raids are fun. Yes, they are. Keep raids. I think raids are a good addition. It irritates certain people because if you're doing a Nuzlocke, you don't know what to do. I could easily answer that. How I would handle raids is this. Hey, boom. There's a raid right there. Okay. So I can catch a Pokemon outside the raid and I can catch a Pokemon in the raid. If I click on the raid, whatever is in the raid at that moment, I'm gonna have to go with. It's not, ooh, I'm looking in the raid, okay, that's not the Pokemon I wanted, I'm leaving. No. You click the raid, you get what you get, just like a Nuzlocke. That's how I would handle raids. And so, how I would handle raids without Dynamaxing or terrestrialization is simply if you want to make raids part of the main game, and let's say the region, because we've done Spain, we've done France, Britain's been done, thanks to Gen 8, because it's basically the United Kingdom. We've done Hawaii, we've done the East Coast version of America with Gen 5, and then Gens 1 through 4. Gen 1 is an actual region in Japan, the Kanto region, and Gens 2 through 4 are fictional regions, being the Johto, the Hoenn, and the Suno. All based around Japan, right? Okay, so why don't we do one based around Germany? Or heck, if we're gonna do 10, why doesn't Gen 10 be a safari kind of thing and we do Africa? Because those are like two continents we haven't done, or two countries we haven't done that would be interesting, you know? And so like for me, Gen 10 should be Africa or Australia. I said Germany because I know they like to do the European thing right now because of Spain, France, and UK. But if we want to kind of go away from the European thing and do something new, Africa, Australia, Greenland. I'm trying to think of other islands that are around. India, do an Asian themed one, you know? Instead of Asian themed Japan, maybe a Chinese or an Indian or an Afghanistan, some kind of, you know, themed thing like that. I think it'd be fun. But personally, I think if they're gonna make a 10 and they wanna, I think a big one would be Africa or Australia. Because Africa, you could revolve all around, like, let's say they wanted to do a prequel, right? And let's say Africa, the nation of Africa, you don't start in the past. What I mean by a prequel is it kind of explains how the Safari Zones came to be in the original games. Make Africa an entire safari which would fit the climate, and you know, and so like people from there are the ones who invented the Safari Zone. Boom, it'd be awesome. And if you don't want to do that, then I think having a Land Down Under Pokemon would be great, because there's a lot of creatures in Australia that you can base a Pokemon around. And it would just be cool to kind of explore these. You'd have a city part, right? Because in Pokemon you tend to have a city part and then a wilderness part. But what would be cool is like half of the map would be all city. Everything's city. And then the rest of the other half of the map would be outback, you know, wilderness. And then what you could do is around the map and in centers you have water features. I think that would be an awesome map to do, because it would give you the city maps, which you could have areas in the city that spawn Pokemon. So like rats, bugs, birds. I could go on. Could be in the city, because those are common city creatures, right? And then you could have in the water, sharks, you know, any kind of fish, any water type. And then as you get out of the urban, you get things that are not so urban. So snake, poison, fire, ground, rock. I just think the map would be cool, and the one that was kind of inspired, you know, the Spain-inspired X and Y, you know, we had cities and then wilderness in between, which isn't bad, but I just think a half of the map being like big cities and then the rest of the map being wilderness with small towns would be fun. Because then you could have like 4 gyms on the bottom of the map, 3, and you could do like, it could be like one gym is in Sydney, the equivalent of Sydney, one gym's in another part, one gym's in that part, one gym is in the, and one gym could be on the ocean if we wanted to, you know, make it to how you got surf early. And then if we go into the outback, you know, you have gyms that the final 4 gyms would be out there are just more rugged, and you have more rugged looking gyms, and then the ones in the city look more cityous, you know, cityous. I don't know why I went to Star Wars. City-like. I just think that would be like a fun thing to do, honestly. Though, I don't know if Nintendo's ever gonna watch this. And if they do, hey, take my ideas. I don't own the properties, they're yours. I think they'd be fun. Look. I don't know where they're gonna go with this, because I know they're doing a lot of European stuff. So I know some people have said they could do Russia, they could do Germany. They could do, if they do Germany, they could have a part that's Austrian, because Germany and Austrian are kind of historically allied. And then, you know, if they do the Russia one, which I've heard, this was before the stuff that went on with Russia and Ukraine people, like why can't you just do Russia, Siberia, Ukraine, forget the other country's name that is kind of allied, that was allied at one point with Russia, that made the Soviet Union, but you could do those. Oh, starts with an L, Latveria or something? That's Dr. Doom's country, but the country that starts with an L that is right next to Russia. That was before all this, but now if you want to just, Russia's big enough to do an entire Pokemon game around it, or don't. Trying to think of other countries in Europe. Oh. Well, do one that's centered around Norway and Sweden. You know? It could be Viking-esque. Alright. Come on. Okay, crit won't kill us. But like I thought, we'd get out into Lavender. Okay, a crit won't kill us. It will do 12. And that's my cue to swap. Because a crit will kill there. Oh, I love how fast Voltorb is. Still infect. Always misclick. I have to buy some full heals when we're out of here. Pearl, we can sell that. Is there anything in these rocks? Yep, I'd probably pass the rock slide guy, I don't care. Would nice to have Nido King learn it, but okay, we have a few minutes left, so I think I will go up and first things first, I think what I'll do, I'll handle the guys up there off screen just because it's just random battles. I'm going to try to get to... Okay, so if I go all the way right here and I go... Why does the distance change every time? Goodbye, Clefairy. I don't want to keep dealing with Clefairy. also grab us a gloom. Go catch us a Pokemon. So Growlithe should be in this grass. Probably got a Pidgey earlier, so I didn't have to do it. Glad I'm getting. I got. This is gonna up our chances for a Growlithe, so it makes me happy. There you go. Yay! I gotta see who I'm gonna put him in for this gym. Yes. Okay, Growlithe. Alright, the perfect name. Let me look it up. I don't think there's an R. Okay. There is an R. So, sir. I know I probably could have named him Canine just because the scientific thing, but I saw I like science, I like mythology, so I saw my shot. I was like, hey, it can't be Hellhound even though it's fire because that's more of Houndoom's thing. So Cerberus works perfectly for here because there's concept art I've seen of Arcanine's Mega being like Cerberus-esque. I think would look cool. Anywho, that's going to be our episode. I'm going to go off screen, battle the trainers up near Lavender Town, and then we'll do these guys on screen. And then I'll level up our Growlithe, and next video, hopefully we get to Celadon City, and we'll probably go through Team Rocket's hideout just to get the Silph Scope if we're not going to overlevel. This Recon Fox signing off. I hope please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.